Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. So my voice is clear.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So welcome everybody. Today's chapter is chapter 15, Purushottam Yoga. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mama Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmohitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prasarini Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pasyatya Satarini. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So, Purushottam Yoga, Purushottam means, Purusha means person, Uttama means the best person or the supreme person. So, Yoga of the supreme person is otherwise called Purushottam Yoga. So, whenever we are telling about supreme person, he is none other than Supreme God, Lord Krishna. So, we need to know what are the different characteristics of Lord Krishna here, why he is called supreme person. Yes. So before going to start this chapter, can anyone tell these answers? First question, what is the three mode of material nature? Last class we have discussed all these things.
Vrishika, unmute yourself.
Sattva Guna and Rajaguna and Tamsika.
Very good. So there are three modes, Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. Sattva Guna, Rajaguna and Tamaguna. Anyone else? Which guna is above the three modes?
Agnishwar.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
It's Shuddha Sattva Guna.
Yes. So otherwise it is called spiritual nature, not material nature. Suddha Sattva Guna. So Krishna wants us to go to the Suddha Sattva Guna, not even in the Sattva Guna. Okay? Because if you practice Sattva Guna, Raja Guna or Tama Guna, you'll be always taking birth in the material world. Maybe in the heaven, but heaven is in the material world. No? So when you take birth in the heaven, you'll enjoy for some years. Again, you'll come back and take birth in the earth. That is the reason Krishna wants us to go to the Suddha Sattva Guna. How can we attain that Guna? Means Suddha Sattva Guna. How we can attain this? Anyone?
Shravani.
Actually, I wanted just 1 minute, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Prabhuji, I wanted to answer the fourth one.
Fourth one, okay. Answer. What is Gigo? Gigo.
Garbage in, garbage out.
What is the meaning of that? Garbage in, garbage out?
Means we learn something new and if we don't want it, we take it out.
Okay. But mainly, whatever we take inside, similar type of things which comes out. So suppose you have taken the sattvic food, your work will be sattvic. You have taken tamasic food, your work will be tamasic. You cannot take tamasic food and you cannot do sattvic work. Suppose you will tell, I'll take tamasic food, but I'll do sattvic work. It's not possible. Always tamasic people will take the tamasic food and will do the tamasic work. Okay. Now, anyone the third? How can we attain the Suddhi Sattva Guna?
Navya.
Prabhuji, to attain the Shuddha Sattva Guna, we have to do devotional service.
Yes. Can you tell some of the example of devotional service?
Like doing japa and also like doing kirtans and chanting the holy name.
Yes. So there are so many 9 different types of devotional service. From that, chanting, kirtan, and directly giving service to Lord. Okay, preparing food for the Lord. All these are important things. So if you do the spiritual work, the devotional service, you will be doing the Suddha Sattva Guna. Why is animal killing is sinful?
Arnav,
Prabhuji, because because they have also life like we have, lives like we have.
Yes. So
So it's sinful to kill animals.
yes. So like us, animal also having the body. Killing animal means destroying the body. Okay. So that's why it is sinful. We are giving lot of pain to the animal. That's why it is sinful. Okay. Now somebody read this. 15.1.
Arit, Arit. Yes, you are unmuted. Okay, Samriddhi.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "It is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas."
Okay. So now you can see here one beautiful picture. This is the plant, and this is a reflection of the plant. So what happened normally, the material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. You can see the plant is standing. There is a real plant, and there is a reflection. So if you see this plant, these are the lips here, reflection. If you want to catch the lip, you cannot catch. Okay, because these are the reflections, so they're unreal. Okay, so but you are seeing this because there is a real tree. Similarly, in material world, whatever happiness and distress we are get, these are temporary and unreal. Like these are illusions, and what we see in the material world are just a reflection of the spiritual world. The happiness we see in the material world is unreal and they're temporary, whereas the happiness in the spiritual world is the real and permanent. Okay, because something is there permanent, that's why we are seeing the reflection. So that's what it tells here, that it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its root upward and its branches downward, whose leaves are Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of Veda. Still, we'll discuss about this tree. Okay. Yes, so here there is a difference between the spiritual and material world. We are in the material world, even Devi Devata, heaven is in material world. The spiritual world where the Krishna lok is the spiritual world, or Vishnu lok, Krishna lok, all these are in the spiritual world. So now the difference is, in spiritual world everything is permanent, eternal, whereas in material world everything is temporary. It is real but temporary. Now, true love exists in spiritual world, but true love does not exist in material world. Whatever we think that love is the last, not the love. True happiness, everlasting, we will find in the spiritual world, whereas in the material world it is temporary and short-lived. True relationship you will get in the spiritual world. In the material world, it is the temporary relationship. Today you are happy, you are friendship with someone, something happens, this friendship will go. It's very, very temporary. Because of small thing also many relations go bad. That is the reason the material world is very dangerous also. And then no sadness, means always happiness in the spiritual world. Whereas material world is full of misery. Okay. Dukkhalayam asasthatam. Krishna is telling this is Dukkhalayam, means this is the full of misery, house of misery. Asasthatam means temporary. Then padam padam yad padam. Each and every step there is danger. When the danger will come, we do not know. Even if we are doing sattvic work also, anytime we'll have the danger. Padam padam yad padam. The four real problems are absent. Four real problems are present. Can anyone tell what are the real problems of the life which are present in the material world, absent in the spiritual world? Any answers? Anyone knows?
Shakti. Please unmute yourself.
What are the main four problems in this material world?
No, sorry.
Okay. Rishan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, the four real problems are the elements of earth.
What?
Sir, the elements of earth like land, water, air, and fire.
No, these are not problems. In our life, what are the main problems?
Okay, Prabhuji.
What you told is the elements from where our body has been formed. 5 elements. What are the problems in our life? Anyone
Dia.
knows?
Dia S. Unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Isn't one of them death?
Death, yes. Death is a problem. Any other thing? Okay. Similarly, so there I'll tell you. The 4 problems are birth, death, old age, and disease. Okay, these are the 4 real problems which we do not have any solution. Birth, death, old age, disease. Disease we can modify a little bit today because of medical science, but we cannot eliminate the disease. Okay, so these problems are there in the material world, but in the spiritual world, there is no such problems. No one is getting old, no one is dying, no one is taking birth, okay, no one getting older. All these are problems in the material world. Yeah, in the material world, we fight like this. This area belongs to me, no, this area belongs to me. So we fight for a small piece of land. Actually, the area belongs to neither of them. Okay, today I have purchased one land, another person is saying that is my land, this is my land, but all the lands belong to the government. Similarly, all the lands belong to Krishna only. We forget the fact that we are here temporarily. This still we are becoming proud, and so our proprietor said like this property belongs to me, like this person is telling. Now, this is a very egoistic person with false prestige. How dare you call me a fool? Okay, this is a wrong identification. You'll see, I am this, I am a minister, I'm chief minister, I'm prime minister. Okay, so all are false prestige and false ego. Birth, death, old age, and disease are same for everyone. Everyone is going to die. There is no discrimination. Yeah, the good person, he do not have any false prestige. I'm a fool who left abode of Krishna and suffering here. He really understood that material world is the place not for the intelligent person. Okay, it is a place for suffering. We came here to suffer. So as early as we should go to our own house, and our own house is Krishna Lok, Goloka. Because I am full, I left that place, I am suffering here. So that is the usually version of an intelligent person. Yeah. So the person will be having a lot of illusions. They think that I earn so much money because I'm super talented. So many people are coming in this category today. Some people is a topper, some people is a rich person, they are thinking that I'm super talented. But the thing is completely different. Like he has got brain. That brain is not been created by them. God has given the brain. he has got the opportunity. The opportunity is given by God. He has not created the opportunity. So many people are there in the village, they are very talented, but they have not come to the higher level. Why? Because they didn't get the opportunity. They don't have money, they don't have power, they don't have some other things, so they are not getting a chance to come to a good position. But some people are average intelligence, but they are having a lot of opportunity. Okay, they are coming, they are going higher and higher. So it is not the you, it is the God giving you the opportunity, and God has given you the brain, the talent. Talent has not been created by you. Okay, I think I have told you one story about a plant, mango plant. I think I have told you. The Krishna told that when the person has taking the mango and going home, Krishna is telling, no, this is my mango. Then the person is telling that how this is your mango? I have planted the seed, I have given the water, I have taken care of, so this is mine. Krishna is telling, no, this is mine. You have planted the seed, but I have designed the seed. You are giving the water, but this water has been created by me. You have not created the water. For growth of the plant, it needs air, it needs water, it needs good weather, sunlight, everything has been created by me. Then that person understood that yes, what I did is only little bit, but most of the thing are done by the Supreme Lord. Similarly, because we are under illusion, we are under Maya, we think that we are super talented, we did many things, but exactly that is not the fact. Only we did very less, 1%. 99% is done by Supreme Lord. Yeah. So the person who is free from illusion, he tells, whatever I have is due to Krishna's mercy. Definitely, this is 100% right, because we can do little bit work. We can try, but that trial also not under our control. Even if we try, there is a chance that we'll fail. Okay, so Krishna has given us body, Krishna has given us mind, intelligence, and he's giving the opportunity. That is the reason we are able to do certain things. Okay, that is the mercy of Krishna. The intelligent person can understand this. The person who is under the illusion or Maya, it is very difficult for him to understand. This is a false association, my relatives. So if you keep my relatives and attached to them, then you'll be like Bharat Maharaj. You'll be fully attached to your family members, and you will take the birth again and again, again and again. Sometimes you'll fall down also. You may not get a human body also. The real association with the Lord Sri Krishna, or the Supreme Lord, because when you'll attach to Krishna, the only thing is that you'll go to Krishna love. That is the reason this is the real association. Yes. Somebody read the sloka.
Yes, Prabhuji. So, Sanjana, unmute yourself.
Nirmana mohajita santosa adayatma nitya vinivrata kama dwandvar vimukta sukha dukha samijnair gachanti amudha padam avyayam tat. Prabhuji, can I read the translation also, Prabhuji?
Oh, okay, read.
Prabhuji, she's muted.
Yes, unmute.
Arnav?
Translation.
Yes.
Those who are afraid for the dualities of happiness and
Hello.
and who knows how to surrender unto the Supreme Person.
Attend to that eternal kingdom. So those who are free from duality of happiness and distress, and who knows how to surrender into Supreme Person, attend to that eternal kingdom. That means, so ultimately this is the Bhakti Yoga. we need to surrender to Krishna. We should be free from duality. Happiness, distress, we know it will come and go. It will come and go. So we should not be much attached to either happiness or distress. Okay. So the intelligent person knows how to surrender to Krishna, how to practice Bhakti Yoga. So ultimately he goes to the eternal kingdom of Krishna, Golok Vrindavan. Yes, somebody read this.
Yes, Prabhuji. Navya, unmute yourself.
Prabhuji, can I read the translation?
Okay, somebody read the sloka.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sai. Okay, Prabhuji, I'll only read.
Okay.
न तद्भासयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. Navya, please read the translation.
Yeah, that supreme abode of man is not illumined by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world.
Yes, so here it has been written and told about little bit Krishna Lok, how it is. This about the Krishna Lok has been clearly mentioned very extensively in Brahma Samhita. Lord Brahmadev told, describe many things about Krishna Lok or Goloka. But here also Krishna is telling little bit about his abode. The supreme abode of mind is not illuminated by sun and moon. See, we are being illuminated by sun and moon. Our earth is illuminated. But the spiritual world is not like that. It is self-effulgence. There is no need for fire and electricity. Self-effulgence. So in Brahma Samhita it is written that all the houses in the spiritual world is made up of Chintamani stone. Chintamani stone is self-effulgence. It creates the light. So from that, spiritual world is enlightened. So those who reach it never return to this material world. That means whenever you go to the spiritual world, that means you are a liberated soul. You got liberated from this material world. And when you reach there, now you are free from the birth, death, old age, disease, and you'll never come back to this material world like conditioned soul. Because you are now pure, you are free of the disease. Okay, you are free of the material contamination. So we have to try to reach that state. Yes. So you can see this picture already we have discussed Urdhva Mulo Sakha. So this is the real spiritual world and these are all virtual. Okay, temporary. So here you can see this is the Lord. Who can say who is this person? Anyone can tell?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Agneshwar Chatterjee, unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, that is Brahma, I think so.
Yes. So material world, the highest loka is Brahma Lok or otherwise called Satya Lok. So Brahmadev is sitting here. Can anyone tell who is this person?
Navya, unmute yourself.
Prabhuji, he is Indradev
Yes.
and he's sitting on Iravat.
Airavat, yes, okay. Now who is this?
Samriddhi, unmute yourself.
Prabhuji, you unmute Sanjana.
Yes.
It's I
Yes,
think
San.
Ganesh Prabhuji.
Yes,
Ganesh.
Lord Ganesha. Who is she?
Samriddhi.
Saraswati.
Yes. So that means the highest loka is Brahmalok, and then this is the loka of Devi Devata, that is Swargalok. If you go down, there will be human being. Okay. So human being, then still go down, there will be animals, still go down, there will be hellish planet. So we are going up towards the root. This plant root will be here. Okay. So now in this plant there will be a lot of leaves, lot of twigs. The twigs are represent the material attachment. If you want to go to the spiritual world, you have to cut down all the attachment, all the material attachment. Then only you can go to the spiritual world. Okay, you have to relieve yourself from the word my, I, like this. So in the spiritual world, there are a lot of activities. Krishna will be enjoying with many people. Here you can see Krishna is enjoying with the cowherd boys, foods. Okay, he's enjoying with the animals like the calf, the cow, and the birds. Okay, he's enjoying with the friends. So all these activities, very beautiful activities, and people are giving service to Krishna. Okay, all these are beautiful activities of Krishna in the spiritual world. Yes, somebody read this.
Yes, Prabhuji. Shravani. Shravani.
Prabhuji, I wanted to read the translation.
Okay. You only read the sloka.
Prabhuji, they unmuted me.
Yeah. You want to read the sloka?
Yes. Mamai vamuso jiva loke jiva bhute sanantanah manaha sastan sastanindriyani prakriti satihi sathani karasati.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, can I read the translation?
Okay.
The living entities in the conditioned world are my internal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the sixth sense, which is include the mind. Hare
Yes.
Krishna, thank you.
Shravani, you'll get the chance in the next.
Yeah. So Mamai Vangsha Jivaloke. Mamai Vangsha means my Vangsha. My Vangsha. So all the living entity in the conditioned world are my eternal fragmental part. Krishna is saying all are my fragmental part only. All the living entities. And due to conditioned life, I told you now when we come to this material world, we are conditioned soul because we have been infected with three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, and there are many conditions. We cannot do this, we cannot do that. A human being cannot stay inside the water. A human being cannot fly. A bird can fly. A tiger cannot fly. So there are a lot of conditions. The tiger cannot eat the non-veg as a vegetarian food. Okay, so similarly, there are a lot of conditions in this material world. That is the reason our soul is called conditioned soul. And because it is the Dukhalayam Asaswatam, each and every step there is danger, and it is the house of misery. That's why these souls, these conditioned souls, are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. So five senses already you know, and the sixth sense is the mind. Okay, so we are suffering because of our senses. Our senses want something, and if we cannot control our senses, we'll do that, and that may be sinful activities. So if we do sinful activities, we have to suffer. That is the reason it is always advisable to control the senses. We should not follow their sense, but rather we have to control the sense. We'll tell the sense to do what is right for us. Yes. So living entity, same is the quality, but not in the order. So here you can see is a big fire, the small fragments of fire. So like this fire and this fire has the same in quality, but quantity is different. This is a very small fire, but this is a very huge fire. And but the quality wise these two are same. Similarly, when you see the ocean, you take a drop of water from the ocean and you do the chemical analysis, both are same. Ocean water and drop of water from the ocean, same, but there is a difference in the quantity. So that is the difference between us and Krishna. Krishna and us are almost qualitatively same. Soul and super soul are qualitatively same, but there is a difference in the quantity. Krishna is Satchitananda Vigraha. Yes, somebody read this.
Prabhuji, shall I only read?
Yes, read this.
Sarvasya chaham hriti sannivisto matah samritti gnanam apojanam cha वेदाश्च सर्वैर् अहम् एव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेद वेद एव चाहम्.
Yes, so beautiful sloka. Translation.
Shravani.
Yes, Prabhuji, may I start?
Yeah.
I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of Vedas.
Yes. So what Krishna is telling, Sarvasya Chaham Hrudi Sannidishta. So sometimes people will ask where you'll get the Krishna inside your body, where you'll get the soul inside your body. So here Krishna is telling, I am seated in everyone's heart. So Krishna or the soul is situated in the heart. Sarvasya Chaham Hrudi Sannidishta Mataha Smriti Jnana Opohanam Cha. From me comes the remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. Vedaischa sarvai ahameva vedya Vedanta krit Veda with eva chaham. Means I am the compiler of Veda, and all the Veda, we read the Veda not to stay happily, not to have good life, but main the purpose of reading Veda is to know about the Lord. Okay, so some people tell that there is nothing written about the Lord in the Veda. That's not correct. It is written, but in different mode. If you read clearly, you can understand. In Veda also there is some versions which tells about Lord Narayana or Lord Krishna. But we read Veda for what? To have a disciplined life, have a good life. We should not suffer. But that Krishna is telling that is not the purpose of Veda. Purpose of reading Veda is to know me. Okay. Now there are different Vedic literatures, Veda, Rig Ved, Sam Ved, Yajur Ved, Atharva Ved. So all this give us the knowledge. Do not miss the focus, and ultimately our focus is Krishna. Can anyone tell who is this child? Who is this child and who is this person?
Please raise your hand. Yeah. Yagya. Unmute yourself.
Yes, Prabhuji. My
Yes.
name is Yagya,
Yes.
and the child is Arjuna
Yes.
and the Dronacharya.
Yes. So Arjun is fixing his focus on the eyes of a bird. Okay, when Acharya is asking what you are able to see, other Pandava told, I am able to see the plant, I am able to see the bird as a whole, so heaven and all I am able to see. But Arjuna is telling, I am not able to see anything, just I am seeing the eye of this bird. So he's so much focused to the target. So that is the reason he could able to do many things. Like here Arjuna is shooting the arrow to the moving fish in Draupadi Sayambar. Here all the Pandavas are there, but Arjuna is the best. Okay, so similarly, our focus should be on Krishna because we are in the material world and always we want to go to the spiritual world. That is our ultimate destination. That is the reason we should focus always on Krishna. So if you do that, ultimately one day we'll reach our goal. Yes, somebody read the translation.
Yes, Prabhuji. Samarth. Unmute yourself.
Who well knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the word of everything. He therefore
Hello, your voice is not coming.
Yeah, Prabhuji. I'll give some other chance.
Yeah.
Lekshana. Please speak.
Moment.
Okay, Samriddhi.
Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself with full devotional service to me, O son of Bharat.
Yes, so Krishna is telling. So there are different type of people. Some people that and they are having lot of doubt. Really, Krishna is there or not? So accordingly, Krishna is telling who accept me without doubt is the best person. And he can engage himself in full devotional service, and he is very close to me. So similarly, in this world, there are different types of people. The best people, the most intelligent people, he accept Krishna unconditionally. There is no condition. There is no doubt about Krishna, because there are a lot of evidences. Because he is intelligent, he can know the evidence. So the less intelligent people, he got little doubt. Really Krishna is there or not? Okay. But if he really intelligent, he will search really Krishna is there or not. He will get a lot of evidence Krishna is there. And the third category of people are the foolish people. They, without searching, they outright tell that Krishna is not there, God is not there. So they are the foolish people, and they cannot understand the God anyway. That is the reason Krishna tells, whoever know me as the Supreme Personality Godhead without doubting, because everybody cannot do this. For this, you need approval, you need purification. That is the reason those people are the best people, and they are the most intelligent people. So they do most of the devotional service, and the best devotional service is chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna and Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, so there is a story. I think I need to tell the story. Narada is the son of Brahma. So he is Lord Krishna is giving, donating this Bina to Narada. You know, Narada Muni is always carrying a Bina and singing Narayana, Narayana. So who has given this Bina is Lord Krishna. Narada Muni, son of Brahma, being a great devotee of Krishna, receive a Bina from Lord. Okay, you know, the Narada Muni is the son of Brahmadev. Okay, so what happened one day? Brahma instructed Narada to get married, because all these people and Brahma created to increase the population in the universe. So whoever taken birth, Brahma is telling you go and get married and increase the offspring, increase the population in the world. Okay, so similarly, Brahmadev asking Narada Muni to do the marriage and increase the population. But what happened? Narada Muni, due to fear of false association, Narada denied to get the marriage. He was thinking that if I'll do the marriage, I'll be lost. I'll be attached to the family, children, and wife like this. So I'll go long distance from the Supreme Lord. That is the reason he denied. So Brahma, they became angry. Okay, Brahmadev cursed Narada to born as a Gandharva. Go and take birth in the Gandharva. So what is Gandharva? Gandharva is who play the music, dance, song in the heavenly planet. So like that, Narada born as Upavarhana, and same with the demigod. So what happened one day? He missed the rhyme, rhythm due to illusion of a young dancer. Then the demigod identified this and cast Narada to born as a Sudra's son in the earth. So now he got cast from Brahmadev, come to the heaven. From the heaven, he got cast, again come to the earth. Now what happened in the earth? Luckily, he got the association of some devotee. Being born as a maid servant son. So he born as a son of a maid servant. But luckily he got the opportunity to serve the Vaishnava in Chaturmasas. Because originally Narada Muni was a great devotee. So mostly Krishna gave the opportunity to serve the Vaishnavas. Okay. And due to honor Lord, love for the Lord, he was reborn as an Narada and sang the Lord glory forever. So whenever he gave the service to the great devotees of Krishna, like Vaishnavas, then slowly he got purified. He was giving prasadam and he was taking the prasadam and he was giving service to them. Slowly he got purified. And because of this service, he has taken birth again as the Narada Muni, and he was always singing the glory of Lord. See, Narada Muni, they come to the spiritual world again, and he became the guru of many, many great people like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Vyasadeva, and so many more. Okay, so this is the story of Narada Muni, and ultimately He came to the spiritual world because he was originally a great devotee of Lord Krishna. So the gist is never doubt the Shastra, never ever doubt the God. The foolish people only doubt the Shastra, and the foolish people never always doubt the God. Why they doubt the God? Because God himself won't cover himself from the foolish people. Naham prakasa sarvasya yoga maya samavruta mudayam na vijanati lokamamajam hapyam. Krishna is telling, I cover myself with the yoga maya from the foolish people, so they cannot understand me. Why Krishna did like this? Krishna does like this because they do not have approval to know Krishna. Once they will purify themselves, they will have the approval, they can know automatically, and Krishna will express in front of them. That's what we should do. We should practice devotional service, and slowly Krishna will express to us. So the main process of devotional service is chant and be happy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Sodasaknama, Kali Kalmasanasana. So this 16 name will destroy all the sins of Kali Yuga. Okay, so this chapter is over, and we'll take some questions.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Pavan, please continue.